Good morning, it is Wednesday morning and I am just, I didn't manage to get up quite as early today as I did yesterday. It's about 10 o'clock and I'm just about to start getting to work. Today I'm going to carry on reading Nigel Thrift and someone else's Seeing Like a City. That's a book that I've got to read off the computer, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I will learn to live with for today. I'm thinking I'll probably get on with some stuff in my office this morning. I want to quickly check over some footage because I think what I'm going to do is, because I've been looking through these videos and they're actually mildly more interesting than I thought they would be. I've always refrained from kind of doing these kind of vlog videos because I've thought my life is not massively interesting, but I think what I'm going to do is, instead of do a kind of whole week in the life vlog, I'm going to do some daily episodes and potentially release them 2 days late, so that Mondays might come out today, Tuesdays tomorrow, etc, etc, for Monday to Friday. If that does happen, then you may have already seen a bit of me today on Monday's video. So yeah, I'm going to look through that footage first and just check whether that's a realistic prospect, and then later I'm going to go down to the library. That actually took like no time whatsoever, which is really good. The battery on the camera is getting really low though, so I'm going to charge my other battery before I do some intros and outros to Mondays and Tuesdays videos. I think that's going to be a go. I think that's a good idea. Hello, it's Tom from the future. It's now Wednesday and I'm looking back over the footage. I've decided actually what I'm going to do is release one of these videos each day but 2 days late, and I'm going to hopefully do 5 videos in a row, kind of day in the life stuff. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. Back to me on Monday. While I was doing a little bit of editing just then, I had an email through a few days ago. I sent a copy of the script, which is getting produced and is going to tour in a few months to a few to a few publishers earlier or late last week. And I didn't really think anything would come of it, but I've just had the third one email back and ask for a copy of the draft, which is kind of exciting. So I've sent them to each of those publishers, but I'm just going to kind of like let that happen outside of my brain, because I'm not sure anything will come of it, but it's kind of cool. It's nice to kind of be aware of these little nice things that happen every so often. But for now, I'm going to get back to Mr. Nigel Thrift's book, or Dr. Nigel Thrift, I imagine, this book, and concentrate on PhD for a little while. So I've moved on to some Certeau, the practice of everyday life, but to really understand that, I found out I've had to write out my thoughts on it so that I can understand my own reading. It's a very dense, quite difficult book, and I'm just about to have some lunch before I head off to the library a little bit later than I'd hoped to, but I'd quite like to get a few hours in down at the public library, just because it gets me out of the house and a slightly bit of a change of scenery, really. That's lunch. See you later. So that wasn't the most successful trip to the library ever. I've really found myself struggling to get to grips with this Certeau book, and I think the biggest thing is that on one hand I've got this mutations book which has got some articles that are interesting, but it's been quite a struggle to kind of flick through, and quite a lot of work to flick through and find those, and then on my other hand I've got the Certeau book which I know is going to be useful, but feels quite impenetrable at the moment. I've been doing a little bit of reading, or while I was at the library I was doing a little bit of reading of kind of blog posts and articles about the book, in the hope that that might help me break into it in some way, and I think that was making it easier. But I've decided to leave that for the rest of today and do some kind of admin-y bits. I've got to register for next year, and I've also got to search through lots of theatre programmes to find potential bits of fieldwork to go and do in the autumn and the winter. So I'm going to spend the rest of my day doing that, because it feels a bit like else I'm just going to stare at books which I'm not really taking any information from. Katie came home. How was your day being a proper doctor, Katie?
It's quite a long day today, but I didn't have a chance to eat lunch. So I'm celebrating getting home by lounging on the sofa with a glass of wine.
We just had a really good chat with Joe, who's directing When You Play Happiness Limited, who's given me some notes on the draft that I sent over. So I've got a few amends to make, but really useful feedback, which is going to really help me kind of push on towards that final rehearsal draft. But now I think I'm just going to watch some House of Cards or something to round off the day. Is that right, Katie?
Pardon?
We're going to watch some House of Cards or something?
Oh, yeah.
That's Wednesday. Hello, if you have made it this far, then thank you so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, then please do give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to watch the rest of these videos as they come out over the coming few days, then please do consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching again, and have a great week.